Well, hi, welcome to this 45-minute Pilates session. It is a slightly hybrid session today. We're going to be combining some of the parallel or turned in work that we would normally do in our bar classes, and we're also going to be using a chair. So we'll use the chair as a prop for stretching towards the end, but we're also going to use it as a support for some of our standing warm-up. So when you're ready, grab yourself your squishy Pilates ball or a cushion, a couple of dumbbells because we'll use those, and if you don't have any dumbbells, then a couple of cans of something or some water bottles are a good thing to add in just for a little extra resistance. Or if you don't want to use any tools at all, then that's fine, body weight will work as well. When you're ready, bring your chair to the top of your mat with your tools, if you're using them, nice and handy and close, and I'll see you on the mat for our next 45 minutes. We'll come to facing your chair, and we'll start making sure that we're drawing the belly in, just lengthening the tailbone down to the floor. And rather than allowing the knees to buckle, we're going to start to anchor down into all four corners of the feet. Belly's drawing in. Just transfer your weight forward and back slightly onto those feet. Just know where you are in space. We don't want to be rocking back in the heels too much, and we certainly don't want to be tipping forward. That's just painful. All right, so we want to be right centered down the middle of the feet, and the balls of the feet are splaying wide, toes splaying wide, and their feet are about hip width apart. We'll start to engage the glutes as well, so squeezing a 100-pound bill between your butt cheeks nice and firmly. Roll the shoulders forward, back and down, and trying to create as much space as you can between the lower ribs and the hips. So we're not slouching down and dropping into that hip girdle. We're really pulling out tall to create as much space as we can. So we take a deep breath in, reach your right arm all the way above the crown of the head, and we'll take a side bend over to the left side. Now, rather than sweeping the hips to the right edge of the mat, stay centered over the 2 feet, and we're just bending from the waist. We come back through, take the other hand all the way above the crown of the head, take a side bend over, anchoring down, balance between both feet, and then back through. Beautiful. We'll start to take deep knee bends as we start to work in through the ankles, knees, hips, and just start to warm those joints up. So we'll go for 10 and 9 and 8. Here's 7. Belly draws in, and 6 and 5. You'll notice that your spine is shifting on a 45-degree angle to allow the hips to descend back over the heels. Good. So we're not dropping and rounding through the top of the back and keeping the hips level. So we're not rounding this way. We're allowing the spine to stay straight and shifting those sit bones back. Beautiful. For 4, for 3, for 2. Now we continue on for 1. This time, continue the knee bend. Lift the right heel off the floor for 10. 9. Pushing into those tippy toes. 8. And 7. And 6. Squeezy glutes. And 5. For 4. And 3. And 2. Last one. We change sides straight away. And left heel up. For 2. Good, good. 3 and 4. Here's 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 9. Last one for 10. Squeeze the heel down, and we hold in your squat. Just taking the arms above the crown of the head, belly draws in. Place the hands back on your chair back. Reach them out for 2. And down, and 3, and down. Now just notice if you drop those shoulders as the arms reach. We want to make sure that the shoulders stay away from the ears. We're not rounding through the top of the back. We're feeling like we're opening the top of the back up. For 3, and 2. Last one. Now interlace the fingers behind the base of the neck and squeeze the elbows back. We pulse the knees and hips for 10, 9, 8, 7. And just to get a little burn here. 4, 3, squeezy glutes. And 1, come to standing. We rise tall and high on the tippy toes. Knees are straight for 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, tummy tight. Here's 7 and 8. Good for 9. Now we drop down, keep the right heel up as we press into a squat. Come to tippy toes, same leg, squat, tippy toes, squat, tippy toes. So we're just keeping that right heel off the floor. Little reverse of the original exercise that we did. 4, 3, 2, 1. Change sides. Left heel stays up as we drop into that squat. And 3, 4, 4, 5. Here's 6 and 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Excellent. All right, let's give those legs a shake. We'll come to taking your left or right hand onto your chair back. We're going to turn around and do the other side as well. So taking both feet together. Now, if you do have any dumbbells there, you can grab hold of the one weight in the outside arm, the one that's not holding onto the chair. If you don't have a dumbbell, we'll just keep it free. That's fine. We'll just do the arm movement, but without the weight. So we're going to do from here, squat down and 2, 3, big toe mounds are touching for 4, add an arm out to the side, and 2, 3, and 4. Knees are staying together, so we squeeze, and 2, and 3, good stuff, 4, 4, good, we have 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, last one, hand to hip. We then bend deeply, take the right leg out if you're holding on with your left hand and come back into your blend in the plie. For 2, and squeeze, and 3, squeeze. Here's 4, 4 more. Stay nice and low in that knee bend. So we're starting to load up the inside thigh, working the outer hip. Your hips are staying parallel and square, so we're not hitching up with that hip. 2 more. Now we add an arm. We press 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Good. 4, 3, 2. Now we stretch the standing leg. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. 4 more. 4, and 3, and 2. Now we're going to add on, taking the outside leg to squeeze behind in a curtsy lunge. So the knee comes down just behind the front heel, back knee kisses the floor, and then we stretch out. Both legs come to straight. And 2. Knees turned in as we extend out to the side. And 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 9. Last one for 10. We're going to come down into your curtsy lunge. We pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. With an arm, we reach up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. To the side with the arm. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and into the center. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We then do singles. 1, and down, and 2, and 3. Arm comes front, up to head, and to front. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and relax. Beautiful. Give that leg a shake. That inner glute, sorry, should be working pretty hard right about now. And I'm just going to change my bar, my support there. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So feet start off in parallel, hand comes to hip. We bend. 1, and 2, 3, 4, 4. Making sure your big toe mounds are touching. The knees are squeezing together. Chest up nice and tall. Arm comes to the side. And 2, and 3, and 4. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay hand on the hip. We then extend both legs, Come back into your squat for 2 and 3 and 4. 4 more and 4 and 3. Hips stay square and neutral, just the leg hinging. Again, 2, 3, 4 and 4, 3, 2. Weight comes to the shoulder. We then take the leg out and curtsy. 2 and 3 and 4, 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to add an arm in as we go out and press. 2 and press. 3 and press. 4 and press. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come low, pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Making sure that back knee does kiss the floor. So we do want to get the knee connecting to the floor. That is your full range depth. Making sure we're working this front quad and the glute really hard. Good. Now we're going to add some arms in a second. We go to the top and 1, to the side, 2, to the bottom, 3, to the front, 4. Let's go again. And 2, and 3, and 4. Arm comes to the top, to the front, to the top, to the front, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. 4 more, and 4. Stay with me, breathe deeply, and 2, and 1, and relax. Good job, guys. Well done. How's those quads feeling? All right, we're going to bring the chair now to face you with the seat and just at the end of the mat. Taking your weights, we'll pop them down either side of your mat. Okay, so from here, take your foot stance about the middle of the mat. We're just going to do some roll downs and then we'll move on to laying on the floor. So reach the arms all the way above the crown of the head. Interlace the fingers, take a side bend. And back. Over the other side. And back. Beautiful. We'll roll chin to chest all the way down to the floor. Big deep breath. And rolling all the way back up to the top. Take a step forward with the right leg. We lunge down for 2, for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Step back. Roll down through the spine, all the way down to the floor. We come all the way back up to the top. Left leg forward in a lunge for 1. Everything's parallel. And 3. For 4. 4 more. Chests tall, broad collarbones. 3. 2. Breathing deeply. 1. Beautiful. We step back. We then roll down through the spine, little reset. Roll back up through the spine. We then take a step forward with your right leg. Take the hands onto your chair seat. Lift the back leg. We bring the knee in to the nose and then extend back. Standing leg stays bent. Knee comes in. Extend. And 2. Extend. And 3. Extend. And 4. And 5. Here's 6 and 7 and 8, 9, 10. Extend. We then come to standing, bring the hands to the hips and place your left foot directly on your chair seat. We then open the knees, rolling onto the blade edge of your left leg and reaching forward. Hands can come to the back of the chair as we take a little glute stretch. Try flexing the feet as much as possible. Long spine. If you want to bend that standing leg, you can. Otherwise, just keeping it straight but soft. And then we come back through Take a step back, roll down through the spine, roll back up through the spine. This time we step your left leg forward, hands onto the chair, lift the back leg as high as you can, bend the standing knee as much as possible, belly draws in. We come in through nose to knee for 1, and 2, and 3. Good, good, for 4, and a 5. Here's a 6, and 7, 8, 9, last one for 10, extend, bring the knee in as we come hands to hips, place the right foot on the top of your chair seat. We open the knee, toes are flexed back towards the shin, and we can reach forward with those hands onto the back of the chair seat and press your right knee down to the floor. If you would like to take a knee bend of the standing leg, you can. This is a variation on your figure 4 stretch or your pigeon stretch. Really targets right into this glute area. Key is we want to try and keep this lower back nice and flat and long. We don't want to tuck it under. That's not going to get that stretch through that glute. So really lengthen the lower back and the spine. Chest presses forward. Big deep breaths. You can feel that air moving through the lungs, expanding through the lungs. Beautiful. We then come to standing, bring the knee back in, take a step back. This time we roll down through the spine and we'll bend the knees as we lift the heels. Come through your tabletop position and bring both hands down onto the floor. Now, if you've got your dumbbells there handy, they should be nice and close. We're in the middle of the mat. I'm going to take your right hand with the weight, extend your left leg. So we reach out, back to the floor, and 2, back to the floor. Good, for 3, squeeze, and 4, for 5, we're going to get to 10, 6, here's 7, 8. Now, even if you don't have any dumbbells, the amount of concentration and control with keeping the shoulders down and lengthening the arm to full extension by the ears towards the top of the mat and coordinating the movement of the arm and leg with the breath is still quite hard work. Last one. Now we're going to hold the leg there, bring the top of the arm parallel to the body, and the hand can be pressing towards the floor in a fist or holding onto your weight. We then extend the little pinkies all the way back in line with the body and then come back to your 90-degree elbow bend. So we're just working the triceps. Again, if you're moving full range, you're working to maximum range capacity of resistance, control on the way in, extending with control on the way out. You'll still be working the back of that arm quite considerably. Let's go for 15, 14, tummy tight, 13, 12, 11. So just making sure that the top of the arm doesn't move. We don't want to swing it from the shoulder. We want to make sure that the top of the arm stays plugged in and it's just the elbow bending and stretching. So keep the top of the arm in parallel to the body. There you go. Beautiful. For 4, good, 3, and 2, and 1. And let's change sides. We'll have a little press back in child's pose to begin. And moving through to the second side. So left arm, right leg, extend for 10 to the floor, and 9, and squeeze, good, good. Here's 8, and 7, 6, 5. Beautiful big deep breaths, and we never want to be holding the breath at any phase of the movement. 2, and 1. Hold the leg, draw the elbow in top of the arm parallel to the body. We extend the lower arm, so we work right up high into the tricep and the back of the arm, and then control all the way back in for 2 and 3 and 4. Here's 5. Hips are square, belly's in tight towards the spine. We're pressing the chest away from the floor for 4, breathing deeply still. 3, 2, 1, and down to the floor. Let's press the knees wide, back into child's pose, and have a little stretch. Lovely. So before we move on to laying on your back, let's just take a series of cat-cow here. We've stayed quite neutral through that spine, so you may wish to just move the spine and feel it stretch and mobilize. Whatever feels good. Just release off any tension from that work that we've done. Tucking the chin in, moving through the sides. Good. And then we'll come to taking your heels onto your chair seat and laying on your back on the floor. So we want to try and get a 90-degree angle at the knee bend. So bring your glutes as close as you need to in order to have your heels quite stable and secure on the chair. We don't want to have the middle of the foot on the chair because that's going to cause us to push the chair away. We want to make sure that the heels are right on the top in the center, and then we've got a 90-degree bend at the knees. Now, if you do have a ball or your cushion, pillow, have it handy because we'll use that in a second. Okay, so we're laying back on the floor. So taking a deep breath in, we pull the belly through to the spine. Keeping these toes flexed at all times, we then tilt the pelvis in the opposite direction. Nice big gap underneath the middle of the back. So we pull the belly through. Notice if your knees want to splay out when you do that too. You want to try and keep them in line with the hips and the toes and the knees in line. And then tilt the pelvis for 3 and squeeze for 4 and squeeze. Here's 5. Good. Let's just do 2 more. If you are quite tight through that lower back, this might be quite a nice little release stretch. Good. Now we're going to continue. We draw the belly in, press down through the heels, keep the toes flexed, and press all the way up as high as you can onto those shoulders. This is taking your bridge position a whole nother level. We roll down through the spine, tilt the pelvis in the opposite direction. We then come back through, roll all the way up. Again, notice if your knees want to splay out. Keep the inside seam of the legs engaged. Your adductors need to work here. So knees in line with hips, push the hips up as high as you can, and then roll down through the spine. Good. We're going to do 4 more of these. So we squeeze all the way up for 4 and down and 3 and down for 2. You're feeling these hamstrings and the glutes working that little bit harder. Last one, we squeeze and then rolling all the way back down. Let's hug the knees into the chest. And we place the soles of the feet, the heels back on the chair, aligned. Now we're going to draw the right knee in, extend out and point the toe. So we're flexing the left, pointing the right. We flex and bend the knee in to the chest and then extend and point. 45 degrees, belly draws to spine for 3 and for 4 and 5. Here's 6 and 7, 8, 9. Notice the back of the shoulders if they're starting to peel off the floor. I'm going to stay nice and open through this chest. Last one. We then place the foot down, toes flex towards the shin, change sides. Left knee, shoulders. Extend for 2. Extend, belly in, and 3. Extend, and 4. Here's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. We then extend, bring the heel in, place it down. We now add 2 exercises in. We roll all the way up through the spine into your bridge. Right knee comes in, extend, knees parallel, and in, toe flex, point, extend, and 3, hips stay tall, and 4. Really nice. Let's get to 8. And 6, no dipping with the hips, keep them square. 3, 2, and 1. Place the heel down, roll down through the spine. Inhale, exhale, roll up, change sides. We bring left knee in, extend, knees are parallel, hips are squared. Don't let the left hip drop to the floor. We draw it in and extend. And 3, right toes are still flexing hard for 4. Good. That's even probably just as challenging as moving the leg and keeping your hips up. It's keeping those toes flexed. 2, 1, in, heel down, roll down through the spine. Really good, guys. Hug the knees into the chest. Well done. That's a tough exercise, that one. And then placing the soles of the feet down just in front of your chair. Good. Now we're going to roll up for 10 hip rolls. Notice the difference when we do this as we roll up through the spine. How different does that feel in your bridge now compared to being on the chair? Do you have more range coming up onto the shoulders? Do you feel stronger through your hamstrings and your glutes? Good. Let's do 2 more. Squeeze. Beautiful. Here's your last one. And lowering down. Nice. We reach the arms all the way back behind the crown of the head. Take a deep inhale, pull the belly through to the spine. Push down through the soles of the feet. And we squeeze the head and shoulders through as we come into an abdominal engagement here. And then reach all the way back. And exhale, squeeze. Palms to floor, engage underneath the armpits. Pull the fingertips towards the heels. And reach back. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. We go for 10. And 9. And 8. Here's 7. And 6. 5. Belly still stays pressing through to the spine. And 3. And 2. Last one. Hold. We draw the right knee into the chest and we pulse the arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 and 10, and 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, and 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Place the sole of the foot down, reach the arms back. Inhale, exhale, lengthen through. Left knee in. Pump the arms for 1, 2, 3, 4. Belly pulls through to the spine. 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, and 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, and 3, 2, 3. Reach those fingertips to the top of the mat. 9 and 10, and 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Sole the foot down. Reach the arms back as we inhale. Take the arms and elbows to 90 degrees, side of the mat, and just a little windscreen wipe with those knees. Over to each side. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to come now up onto your elbows and we're going to grab hold of your dumbbells. Now, if you don't have any dumbbells, that's fine. You just have them handy here. I'm going to place the elbows just underneath the shoulders, pull the belly through to the spine, and lengthen the chest. We draw the right knee in, extend out all the way up to the sky and lengthen through. We draw the knee in, press down into the elbows. Good. Here's 3. And squeeze. And 4. So we're feeling a beautiful stretch along the back line of the body. The knee is really straight. We're engaging the inside seam of that leg. For 4, squeeze, and 3, lengthen the spine, and 2, pointy toes, last one, and extend, change sides straight away. Left knee in, extend, stretch, and inhale, exhale, inhale. Good, and 4. So we're starting to condition your psoas muscles and the muscles around the top of the quads. This helps to keep the leg moving and strong and stable through that hip, as well as having control through the core and your torso. So we don't have that collapsing every time you move your leg, that collapsing around the lungs as you move your leg. 2 more. And in, last one. And in, and bring the sole of the foot down. We'll bring the head and shoulders down onto the floor. Reach all the way back. Extend the legs, heels squeeze together, inside seam squeezes together. And we roll up through the spine, chin tucks in, we exhale and fold forward. Beautiful, we'll sit tall. Let's do that 2 more times, just as a little reset for the spine. And exhale, folding forward. And hold on to the chair if you've got access there, or your toes, you can flex the toes as well. Good. We then sit up tall. Soles of the feet come down to the floor, and we'll just come back down onto the elbows. Now we're going to add in another level of intensity here, and we're going to take both legs working. So both knees come into the chest. We're not going to spend too long on this one before our stretch. It's our last one really before our stretch. Belly draws through to the spine. Extend both legs all the way up to the sky. We then take them to a 45-degree angle. Beautiful. We then do right leg to floor, 45 degrees. Left leg to floor, 45 degrees. Right to floor and lengthen, and left and lengthen. 10, 9, lift the chest, belly in. 7, 6, 5, 4, breathing for 3, 2, and 1. Really nice. Bring both soles of the feet down onto the floor. We'll press up. Now we're going to take those hands just back a little bit further behind you. We bring the elbows down to the floor and then push straight back up again. So elbows come parallel down to the floor like you're going down to a bend onto the elbows, and then push straight back up through the heel of the hands. Good. You will feel the back of those triceps working. And 2. And down. And squeeze. And 3. And squeeze. Make sure those fingers are spread wide. Good. 4 more. 3 more. Lifting the chest. 2 more. And last one. And sitting tall. Really nice. Take the soles of the feet together. Hands onto the toes as we walk forward. Forehead releases to the knees. Really nice. Now you hopefully should be feeling just at the back of the arm after that work there. Hopefully. Good. We then take right shin, stack it on top of the left shin, and you want to make a box shape. So try and keep the heels and the shins out as square as possible. Knees pressing down as much as possible. If you want to pop your cushion underneath your top leg, you can. Toes flexed back towards the shins, and let's walk forward Let the forehead release fully to the floor or to the knees. And we'll just hold here for about 4 breaths. Good, and then we walk all the way back in. Let's change sides straight away. You may want to reach the arms all the way up. The soles of the feet are flexed back towards the face as we fold forward. And then we come all the way back up to the top. Now when you take your feet, cross them over as we come through your tabletop, we'll take your right leg forward and press the hips forward towards the top of the mat. If you would like to, you can support yourself on your chair. This can be quite a nice way of keeping the chest up so that we get a full stretch down through the hip flexors at the front of your left leg. Otherwise, you may wish to just keep the hands on the floor. Good, we then step back into a high plank. Take your right leg, place it behind your left leg, press the sole of the foot into the floor, and we twist the hips up to the sky as we reach back. And then come back down into your high plank. We'll do that same thing on the other side. So we take your left leg, swivel it over to the right edge of the mat, place the sole of the foot down on the floor, and we reach back. Lift the hips, look back towards the left hand as it reaches to the top of the mat. Beautiful. We then come to bring the hand down onto the floor in a high plank and step the left leg forward and right knee presses into the mat. Again, you want to bring that chair nice and close and lift the chest. You can do that. Now from here, your fingers can be on the floor or you can have your hands on your chair. We're just going to step forward onto standing. Both soles of the feet are together. Now turning your chair so that the seat is in front of you and your left hand is on the chair back. Take your right foot, place it 90 degrees. You might want to just do a little jump back as we draw the toe back towards the face and an extension of that leg. So you're supporting on right hand on the chair seat, left hand on the chair back, and a fold forward. Now we have done this on the floor, usually kneeling. This just changes it slightly. Good. And then we change sides. Take the right foot down. You might want to turn the chair around. Now take your left foot, 90-degree bend. A shift of the sit bones back. You can take a slight bend in that standing leg as you draw the toes back towards the shin on the left. Right hand on chair back, left hand on chair seat. Or you can keep your legs straight that you're standing on. Just make sure that you are at a 90-degree angle. Body weight is over the balls of the feet that you're standing on. Good. We then take your left leg, place it behind you into a calf stretch. So you might need to bring your right foot forward so that it's in a 90-degree, just slightly shy of 90-degree angle bend at the front, and then press that back heel down into the floor. Deep inhale. We then stretch the front knee and reach forward over your chair seat. So we're coming into a modified pyramid pose. Hips are square. Good. We then bend the front knee, step both feet side by side, step your right leg back. Hands can be on the chair seat. I'll just turn that around for you so that you can see. Press the heel down into the floor. Hips are square. We then stretch the front knee and reach the fingertips forward over the chair seat. So we come into a modified pyramid on the second side. Beautiful. Come back up onto the hands, bend that front knee, step forward, feet side by side, and then we can come down, bringing the sit bones down to the floor. Move the chair aside a little, and we'll roll down through the spine. So just descending to the floor, extend your right leg, draw the left knee in, a little supine twist through the top of the back. If you want to reach your left arm to the side, you can. Back through to the center, changing sides, and we'll take right arm open, right knee to left edge of mat. And then coming back through to the center, we'll rock and roll up and down the spine a couple of times to come to a seat. And bringing the legs crossed, place the hands down on the lap. We'll take a side bend, a lowering of the right ear to the right shoulder. Back through center the other side. Good. Back to center. The chin's parallel to the floor at this point. We then tuck the chin in and feel the back of the neck lengthening. So rather than a fold forward, the spine is completely straight and it's just a lowering of the chin to the chest. Good. We then interlace the fingers. Keep the thumbs free. Take the back of the hands to the base of the skull, and with your free thumbs, feel a little massage. Take little circles with your thumbs down the tendons either side of the spine, down the neck, all the way down from the base of the skull, all the way down the sides of the neck and down the sides of the spine into the tops of the shoulders. Just feel that massage. Now you can be quite determined with it if there's no pain, or you might feel a little bit of pain. Maybe you've got a little bit of neck tenderness. Good. And then release, palms up in the lap, and just feel the spine lengthening as you come to stillness. Just take this moment in stillness. Feel your centering, that grounding, before you move off the mat onto the rest of your day. Take a couple of deep, cleansing, nourishing inhales and exhales, as though you were resetting, ready for the next steps. Beautiful. Bring the hands to your heart, press center. Gently taking a bow in reverence to the space that you've created for yourself and to a fresh approach as you step off the mat this afternoon. Thank you very much, guys.
Live by the nightlight, move fast or sit tight. I'm in for the whole ride, yeah. But it's only the first night and I don't have motives, but I'm only human, so can you come closer now? So I can feel your movements, cause we don't need nothing else if we got ourselves. So let's just relax, let our feelings out, leave no room for stress. Just let your mind rest. Then you turned around, whispered in my ear, you said, ooh, non ce n'est pas Paris ici. And I said, ooh, still make love in this city, you'll see. Tell me your secrets, give me your hopes and wishes. I can see that they come true if you feel the same as I do. Cause we don't need nothing else if we got ourselves. So let's just relax, let our feelings out, leave no room for stress. Just let your mind rest. Then you turn to